So you're thinking about fermenting your own wine. Here's some things you're going to need to know before making the investment. First, you're going to need two important locations. One, a strong elevated space that's going to be able to hold a 6-gallon carboy and a primary fermenter. This space is going to be used for racking wine, which is basically starting a siphon to transfer wine from one container to the next. This space also has to be warmer than 64 degrees, but not too hot either. We want it just so yeast will grow in this area. And if you take a look, you kind of want, I use a bar setup, but you're going to need a place for this. This is sanitization solution and just a little bit of work area for whatever you're doing for that step of the operation. You're also going to need a good sink for juice preparation and cleaning. A well sink that's deep enough for the primary to fit in it would be great. If you have a hose, that works nice as well because you are going to have to get water into this 7.5-gallon bucket. This is my elevated space. It's top of a bar area. This is the primary fermenter. As you can tell, I'm racking wine. There is a need for some space below. And it's nice to have a little bit of work area because there are some chemicals you're going to work with from time to time, sanitizing solution, and so forth. Also, how much wine do you plan on making? A typical kit comes with enough material to make a 30-bottle or 6-gallon batch at a time. If you're going to make a dry wine, you're going to have to let your bottles age. Sweet wine can be drank 30 to about 90 days. Since you sweeten it, it can be drank almost right away. So depending on what type of wine you're going to make, that'll also speed up your turnover rate. If you do want to learn how to make a sweet wine, you can click on the sweet wine link. It's with the other links below this video. Alright, 3 basic pieces of equipment that you're going to want to buy if this is your first time fermenting wine. The equipment kit, which comes with everything needed to make 6 gallons. A juice kit, which has all the chemicals and the juice. Everything's pre-measured out. Directions are very easy to follow. It's a great way to learn how to make wine. And even though this isn't needed necessarily, a filter, which really improves the quality of the wine. First off, the equipment kit. It comes with a carboy. It's a glass container, a bung, the rubber stopper that goes into it. This is an airlock. This will actually go into the bung when you transfer your wine from the primary fermenter, which is this larger bucket, into the carboy. It comes with 30 corks, a hydrometer, which you'll be able to float in the juice, and it'll predict how much alcohol is in your wine. You got transfer tubing, an on-off clamp. There's some sanitizing chemicals in here. You have to keep everything clean. That's so important in winemaking. Racking cane and an auto siphon. When I bought my kit, the auto siphon didn't come with it, so this is actually a little bit fancier than what I had. You got a corker, and there's a thermometer. It's a sticker thermometer that goes on the side to tell you when the yeast is ready to add. The juice kits, there's a large variety of these from sweet and dry wines. I like the cornucopias. I'm a huge fan of sweet wines. If you like fruity stuff, for $50 you can get one of these kits, and they're literally ready in 30 days. They speed up the process. You make a good wine every time, and it is really, really easy with the directions and the chemicals pre-measured out. The Vinbright wine filter, you can use a whole bunch of different filters. You actually don't even need to filter wine. It just takes a little longer for it to clear. But this would get all the sediment out, and it works just as well as a pump filter, but it's only $50 instead of a couple $100. I also have a tutorial on how to hook up the Vinbright linked below this video as well. One of the better investments you can do is buy another carboy. The plastic ones are about $30. Another airlock and bung to go on the top of this, and you can you can ferment twice as much wine at a time. By having 12 gallons going, that's 60 bottles you can produce basically every month, and it'll help you build up a stockpile, especially if you're drinking it and giving it out as fast as I do. So when you look at the total investment, if you purchase the wine equipment kit, that's $105, and if you know what you're doing, I guess you can technically go out and buy juice and chemicals yourself. But I recommend getting a juice kit if it's your first time. They're $50 to $100 depending on which type of juice kit you're going to make. And if you just buy those two, you don't have to filter. You could technically make a nice batch of wine. If you add the Vinbright, it'll improve the quality by removing the sediment and improving the clarity for an extra $55. If you put one more carboy in with the bung and the airlock, then you'd be able to make twice as much. It'll also make filtering a lot easier because you can transfer from carboy to carboy instead of carboy to the primary ferment, which exposes it to a little bit more air. So the overall cost, if you plan on buying bottles and everything, by the way, I recommend not buying bottles. You can go to restaurants, country clubs, banquet halls. It's almost there's so many people that just will give you the bottles. You just got to clean them with some bleach and a brush, and I just recommend recycling them, and you can eliminate that cost. But if you were to buy them, they are $66 for 60 bottles. They're kind of expensive because they're heavy and bulky, and the shipping costs are up on them. But if you were going to make 12 gallons, you're going to want one equipment kit, 2 juice kits. They could be a different price than 100. I usually just buy the $50 ones. A Vinbright filter, which is optional also. The extra carboy. The $30 better plastic is just as good as a glass, and it's less likely to break. To be honest with you, I'd recommend buying the plastic. It's cheaper. Stopper and airlock, and you're going to need some extra corks. Some people don't even bottle. They just get large jars that are about a gallon in size and just, store them in those. That way you don't have to, buy all those corks. But once you get into winemaking, you don't necessarily have to buy the juice kits. I still buy them because I like some of the wines that they make. But if you really want to lower your cost on fermenting, you could get like frozen juice from the grocery store and make bottles for under $1 a piece. If you read my blog, there's some articles on brewing different juices and honey and all sorts of different things that have sugar in them. So you can check that out. That's also linked below this video. You are going to need a few chemicals. Easy Clean, there's a little bit that comes with the kit, but you are going to want to buy some more. Everything has to be sanitized, or else you're going to grow some bacteria in there, which is going to produce vinegar. Easy Clean, you put 1 scoop in with a gallon of water, and you just make sure it comes in contact with all your equipment. Some other basic chemicals you should know. Bentonite is a clay that helps with clearing. You put this in with the juice at the beginning. It will clump, so you want to add it while the liquid is moving. Finings, which speed up clearing. This is after you do your sweetening. It's the last step of actual making before filtering. Pectin enzyme removes pectin haze, which is caused by some fruits. It'll go through the filter, so you have to add this enzyme to remove that haze if you want clear wine. I did make a batch that was hazy with pectin, and it still tasted delicious. Potassium metabisulfite is a contact sanitizer. You're going to want to use that every time the wine comes in contact with air. If you overuse it, it will put a sulfur taste in your wine, but it is great. It can save batches if you think you get some bacteria in there. Potassium sorbate's a wine stabilizer. It disables the yeast so you can add sweetener after fermenting. Yeast is the fungus that you grow that converts the sugar to alcohol, and yeast nutrient will help your yeast grow. All of these chemicals and equipment and supplies are available at my Amazon store. It's linked below this video. It's the first link. It makes everything very convenient for you. And since Amazon is basically become the online Walmart, it has a huge selection of things, great, free shipping on most things over $25 unless they're huge and bulky. And it comes right to your door. So if you click on the link below, you can buy everything that you saw. You're probably not going to find a better place. You can shop around. All I ask is that you buy through my link. It doesn't increase the prices, but it does give me a small commission so I can keep my websites up and running. Also, check out my blog, economicalwinemaking.blogspot.com. I write articles about winemaking, but I'm intending on updating it with recipes and other tips. Thank you in advance for visiting my winemaking store. I hope you learned something.